Hello, good afternoon, my dear boys of class 4. This is Rabuni Mujumdar, your English second paper instructor on behalf of St. Gregory's High School and College. So boys, I hope all of you have learned well proper noun and common noun, and today I am going to take your class on collective nouns and also abstract noun. So boys, before starting the class, I would like to say that please take out your CW copy and write down today's name. Also, you have to write each and everything in your CW copy, and I am going to give you some HW today after the class. So get ready for our today's class. I hope all of you will enjoy this class. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go for our today's class. So first of all, we are going to learn collective noun. A collective noun is the name of a collection or group of persons or things taken as a whole. That means in a collective noun there will not be only one person or only one thing. There will be group of persons or group of things. That's why that is called a collective noun. Okay, so you have to remember that in a collective noun there will be group of persons or group of things all together. Okay, so examples. In the first picture, you can see there is a class. So a class, a collection of students. So in a class, we know that there is not only one student, there are lots of students. That's why that is called a collection of students. So a class is a collective noun in where there we can found a collection of students. Okay. Then in the second picture, you can see that a group of elephants, sheep, etc. So here are the group of elephants and here are group of sheep, and that is called a herd. So herd means a group of elephants or sheep. So when you will find this word like herd, you have to understand that means a group of elephants or group of sheep. So as there are group of elephants or sheep or cows, you can say that this is a collective noun, because we know that in a collective noun there can be group of person, group of things or group of animals or etc. Okay. Then in this picture there is a library. Okay, so in a library there can be a collection of books. So here you can see that there are lots of books. So when you will find this word library, you have to know that that is a collective noun, because in a library we know that there are collection of books. That means that becomes a collective noun. Then a fleet. Okay, you can see that there are lots of ships. So a fleet means a collection of ships. So when you will find this word like a fleet, you have to know that that is a collection of ships, as there are more than one ships. That means lots of ships, a group of ships. That's why you have to know that that is a collective noun. Then an army. So an army means a group of soldiers. So you can see that there are many soldiers. So when there are a group of soldiers, that is called an army. So by knowing this word or by finding this word army, you have to know that that is a collective noun, because we know that in a collective noun there are groups of people or groups of things or groups of animals or etc. Okay. So here in this word you can see that a crowd. So a crowd means a group of people. In this picture you can see that there are group of people. So when you will find this word crowd, you have to know that that is a collective noun, because we know that in a collective noun there will be a group of people or group of things or group of animals and etc. Okay. So boys, this is all about collective noun. I hope all of you have understood that in a collective noun there will be a group of people or group of things or group of animals or something else. Okay, so there is some information in your books also. There are lots of collective nouns in book page number 15. I will give you this HW. You have to learn all of these collective nouns. Okay, so I will discuss it later. First of all, we are going for abstract noun. Okay, so this is all about collective noun. I hope all of you have understood what is collective noun. Now I am going for abstract noun. Okay, so an abstract noun is the word used to denote some quality, state or action. So there is another way to find out the abstract noun. Abstract nouns are words that name ideas, feelings, experience, qualities, and concepts. So when we give a name to some ideas or feelings or experience or qualities or concepts, that becomes the abstract noun. So boys, another thing, you can see that there are some pictures. Okay, so we know that we have 5 senses. How many senses do we have? 5 senses. First of all, we have seeing, then tasting, then touching, then smelling, then hearing. So we can't identify these abstract noun with these 5 senses. Okay, so you can't identify abstract noun with these 5 senses. You have to remember that we can't see, we can't taste, or we can't touch, or we can't smell, or we can't hear this abstract noun. You have to feel the abstract noun. Okay, so here are some examples of abstract noun. First one is quality. Okay, quality is beauty, greatness, truth. So boys, can you touch the beauty? No. Can you touch greatness? No. Can you touch the truth? No. You have to feel this quality. That is why that is abstract noun. Then state, happiness. Can you touch the happiness? No. Can you touch boyhood? No. Can you touch friendship? No. You have to just feel this state. Okay, then action, thought, flight, behavior. You can't you can't taste, smell, or touch, or hear these. You have to feel all of these qualities. That's why that are abstract noun. And when we give names to this quality, like quality, state, or action, that becomes the abstract noun. Okay, so here in the first example, you can see that the woodcutter was rewarded for his honesty. So here boys, you have to underline under honesty. Okay, so can you touch this honesty, or can you smell or taste or see? No, you have to feel honesty. Okay, so that's why when we can't feel any quality, that becomes the abstract noun. Okay, the woodcutter was rewarded for his honesty. So I have given the boy's quality a name here, that is honesty. That's why that is an abstract noun. So you have to give an underline under honesty. Then in the second picture, King Albert is known for his wisdom. So King Albert is known for his wisdom. You have to underline under wisdom. And you know that we can't see, or we can't taste, or we can't touch this quality. We have to just feel. Okay, if anyone is wise, we will feel by his behavior. That's why that is an abstract noun. And we know that abstract noun is something that we can't feel with our 5 senses. Okay, and here I have given the quality of this person a name, that is wisdom. That's why you have to identify this as an abstract noun. So here will be an underline. Okay, then we should show kindness to animals and birds. So here in this picture there are some animals. We have to show our kindness. So kindness is a quality, and I have given my quality or our quality a name, that is kindness. That's why that is the abstract noun, and we can't taste, see, or smell this kindness. We have to feel this kindness. That's why that is the abstract noun. Then everyone is attracted towards brightness of gold and silver. So brightness, can you just touch the brightness? No, you have to feel it. Okay, so here is gold and here is silver. So you always are attracted for the gold, the brightness of the gold. So here I have given the name, the quality of the gold a name, that is brightness. So when we give a quality a name, that becomes the abstract noun. So brightness is the abstract noun here. So you have to underline it. Okay, then Richard was awarded for his bravery on the Republic Day. So Richard was awarded for his bravery. So here in this line under bravery, you have to give an underline. Boys, you know that we have to feel the bravery. Okay, we can't touch it, or we can't smell it. Okay, you have to feel this bravery, or we can't see it, you have to feel someone's bravery by his attitude. So here bravery is his quality also, so I have given a name to his quality, that is bravery. That's why this bravery is an abstract noun. Okay, then here is the short information about the examples I have given already. That is, the above statements denote quality of honesty, wisdom, kindness, brightness and bravery respectively. So I have shown you the pictures, and that pictures actually shows the quality of honesty, wisdom, kindness, brightness and bravery, and I have given some name, okay, to this quality. That's why that becomes the abstract noun. When you give a name to someone's quality or something's quality, you have to find out that that is an abstract noun. Okay, then we are going for point number 2, that is state. Okay, state means slavery, or it can be death, youth, poverty or childhood. Okay, now I am going for this step. First of all, you can see in the picture, slavery is a curse to humanity. So this is state. Okay, this is state of being. Actually by state we will be able to know about someone's position. Okay, so slavery is a curse to humanity. So here slavery is the abstract noun, you have to underline under slavery. Okay, so this is a state, and when we give a name to a state, that means a condition, that becomes an abstract noun. So you can't see, or you can't smell, or you can taste this slavery, you have to feel this slavery by someone's attitude. That's why that is the abstract noun. Then death is the natural end of man. So death, you can't touch, or you can't smell, or you can't see, but you have to feel that someone is dead. Okay, that's why death is the name of a feeling, or death is something or some condition, and we have given the name of dying person, that is death. That means the state of someone or the condition of someone. That's why death is an abstract noun. Okay, so you have to feel this state. Okay, you have to give someone's dying position a name, that is death. That's why that is the abstract noun. Okay, then then there will be childhood is the best period in a man's life. So childhood is a position in our life, that is another name of position is a state. So we have to feel the childhood. Okay, so that's why that is the abstract noun. You can't touch, or you can't smell, or you can't taste. This is a matter of feeling, because we all miss our childhood. You are still child, so you know what is childhood. So childhood is the best period in a man's life. That's why childhood is an abstract noun, as this is a name of a position or a state. Okay, then we'll go for number 3, action. Okay, theft, anger, laughter, life, sight. Okay, so these are the examples. There can be more examples than these. So when we give a name to a action like theft, anger, laughter, life, sight, that becomes an abstract noun. Okay, so look at the following examples. The thief has been caught for a theft by the police. So here I have given the action theft a name. That's why that is the abstract noun. So you have to underline under theft. So when we give a name to a state, or to a quality, or to a action, that becomes the abstract noun. Okay, and we can't feel the abstract noun with our 5 senses. So these are the 2 keynotes. First of all, you have to write like, we can't feel the abstract noun with our 5 senses. And number 2 is, when we give a name to a quality or a state or an action, that becomes the abstract noun. Okay, so picture number 2, we should control our anger for peace of mind. So here I have given the action in a name, that is anger. So when you give a action to a name, that becomes the abstract noun. Okay, so here anger will be an abstract noun, and you have to put an underline under anger. Then laughter is the best medicine. So laughter is an action here, isn't it? So you can see that in this picture the person is laughing. So I have given this action a name, that is laughter. So when you give a name to an action, that becomes the abstract noun, because we can't actually smell, or we can't taste, or we can't touch this laughter. We have to feel someone's laughter. That's why that becomes the abstract noun. Then life is a mixture of joys and sorrows. Boys, can you just see, or can you just touch the joys, or can you smell the joys or sorrows? No, we have to feel this quality, we have to feel these actions. Okay, so joys and sorrows are the actions, and I have given this person's action joys and this girl's action sorrows. That becomes the abstract noun, because I have given the name to these actions of this person and also these girls, and I have given the name joys and sorrows. So here you have to give underline under joys and sorrows are the abstract noun. Okay, so boys, this is all about our today's abstract noun and collective noun. Okay, I hope all of you have understood very well. So collective noun is very easy. In a collective noun there will be a group of person, or group of people, or group of thing, and etc. And when you will find abstract noun, we actually give some quality a name, or state or position a name, or action a name, that becomes an abstract noun. Or you can say that we can't feel the abstract noun with our 5 senses. Okay, we have to just feel them. Okay, so boys, this is all about your abstract noun and collective noun. In my next class I will go for material noun, that is very easy also. So I think these 2 topics are enough for you today, and there is a HW I told you based on collective noun. Okay, you have to learn all the collective nouns that are given in your book, page number 15. In your exam there can be question like a dash of musician, a dash of students, a dash of people, etc. So when you will learn these collective nouns from your book, you will be able to fill up the gaps. Okay, here will be a band of musicians, here will be a group of students, then a crowd of people. Okay, so if you learn them, you can fill up the gaps easily. Okay, and boys, I hope all of you have understood the topic, and if you have any problem, please let me know in the comment section, or you can call me, or you can knock me on Messenger. Okay, and those who have not subscribed my channel, subscribe it, because when I will upload the class you will be notified. And for subscribing my channel, sometimes you need to give your email and password. It's no problem, you can just give it. Okay, so thank you very much boys. See you on Thursday, and before that class you have to learn all of the topics: common noun, proper noun, and also abstract noun and collective noun. Okay, and then I will give you material noun and some other topics from your syllabus. Thank you very much for watching my class. Thank you boys.